As most of you know, the Air Jordan 14 Ferrari is a little bit of a hot topic right now, which is a little surprising to me just because a lot of times when they release, they don't really get the same love as a lot of other Jordan retros do. You know, people don't really rock heavy with the Air Jordan 14 all like that. But, you know, when they dropped on the Nike Sneakers app, they sold out really quick. Most retailers sold them out really fast. But we did just see a little bit of a restock. So in today's video, if you're in the market for the Air Jordan 14 Ferrari, I'm going to let you guys know what I think, if you should buy them now, or maybe you should just wait for another restock. Before we get into today's video, I just want to welcome back all my returning viewers and subscribers, and thank you guys for all the support over the years, man. Salute to y'all. I love you. You guys mean the world to me. And if you're brand new to the channel and you like sneaker content, make sure you guys hit that subscribe button and hit that notification bell so you never miss any of the videos that I drop. Now, these Air Jordan 14 Ferraris, man, these actually kind of surprised me as far as how fast these sold out. Now, I know we were seeing low stock numbers and, you know, something like 20,000 pairs and things like that. So I knew that they would move, but I didn't really necessarily sort of envision that it would be one of the more hotter releases in 2025. Now, for me, it's a must cop. I had the 2014 pair back in the day, and for me, it was a must cop. But a lot of times when I buy 14s, or, you know, I'm thinking about buying 14s, from what I'm seeing, you know, as far as like, you know, the consensus feeling on social media is like, most people really don't rock all that heavy with the 14, even like really nice ones. You know, people, you know, just really don't like them all that much. But if you look at the releases that have sort of come and gone, and I'm not talking about the 14 lows or like the collaborations or anything like that, that's like more women releases that they put out over the past few years. I'm talking about the actual 14 silhouette, the one that looks just like this shaping right here. You know, whenever they drop these, Jordan Brand and Nike, they never release a whole bunch of these. You know, if you just look at what they've been doing in 2025, everything's been more limited. But the Air Jordan 14, they always keep those limited for whatever reason. They never release like 150,000, 200,000 pairs of these. Like, they just don't do it. So I wasn't shocked to see like low stock numbers, but sort of what I am a little bit surprised to see is so many people being interested in the Air Jordan 14 Ferrari. Now, this is not an OG colorway or anything like that. This is not an original 14 that Michael Jordan, you know, wore on the basketball court and won championships with the Bulls in or anything like that. This came way later. Now, this is sort of like a cult classic. You know, this is a sneaker that originally released in 2014. There's also a reverse Ferrari that I really don't know if people like, but that's kind of a dope sneaker as well. Not as good as this in my opinion. But this, you know, this has actually been one of the more hype releases for, you know, just sort of like a regular Air Jordan retro, you know what I mean? And honestly, this is a dope shoe, man. It's a dope shoe. Obviously, you know, the whole construction of this shoe, as far as the silhouette goes, is based on the Ferrari, and then you have the Ferrari colorway right here. So, you know, these have been making a little bit of noise out on social media, man. People have been really trying to get these, and people took L's, right? Like, let's not sit here and pretend that people didn't go for these and missed out and took an L on the sneaker. Now, one thing that I was sort of watching for on the market was a little bit of a dip, which I really haven't seen a dip. In fact, I've seen in most sizes, especially the bigger sizes, they've actually sort of gone up in price. And, you know, I hit on two pairs, one on the Nike Sneakers app and one in Snipes USA. I got both pairs already, so I know pairs are touching down, and I'm still not seeing a dip as of yet. Now, could it happen? Could people have only got these because, you know, they were worth like $100 or so more than retail and they're trying to flip them? You might see some undercutting, of course. But honestly, man, like, I don't know how many more times we're going to see a restock. We did see a restock yesterday at JD Sports, which, you know, people seem to be excited about, right? Like, here's another chance at the sneaker. They had 40 pairs. They had 40 pairs of, and it was only between size 7.5 and I believe 10. So just like the small sizes and only 40 pairs. That was cooked before most people even logged into the app. They were gone like that. And is it possible that we see, you know, these restocks somewhere else, maybe like a late shipment? Obviously, it's definitely possible, but I feel like any kind of restock that we may see on some of these apps and some of these stores, I think it's going to be slim pickings. I think it's going to go really fast. Even if we do see it, they're going to be tough to get. I think it's only going to make the market sort of go up. you know, I feel like these are gonna go up. I feel like this is probably gonna be like around like a $400 shoe. Now, I talked about this in my video the other day when I unboxed them. I had a friend of mine who actually, I wanna say it was like 2018, 2019, something like that. He bought a pair of these in my size, which is small, right? Size 8. And he paid like $500 or $600 for those. And, you know, that was like kind of like a 4-year difference. Like, could these kind of go up to that price? I don't know. In today's economy, who really knows? But I do feel like right now, you know, there's a lot of attention on these. And, you know, they did a good job on them. I mean, like, this is a nice looking sneaker, right? Like, the materials are kind of cool. They didn't really ruin the sneaker or anything like that. They didn't seem to change anything that kind of stands out to me. From what I remember of the 2014 pair, I think they did a phenomenal job on this. But I kind of see this being, in the near future, probably like a $400 shoe. There wasn't a lot of them. People really seem to like this colorway. And in my opinion, it's dope. I don't know if it's going to be $500 or $600 or anything like that. But if you're in the market to get them, I'd probably try to get them in the next like week or two. You know, and just, you know, try to get the best deal possible, make some offers, maybe some trade, I don't know, sell another sneaker or something like that to cover the cost of it, you know, if you got a double or triple up of something else. But I don't know that we're really gonna see these restock, and by restock I mean actually have like real chances at them. There's not gonna be, you know, a whole bunch of these. You know what I'm saying? Even if they restock, there's not going to be a whole bunch. They're definitely going to be hard to get. And the chances of you actually getting one for retail on like a quote-unquote restock, probably slim to none. Now, I could be wrong, man. You know, I'm not a fortune teller or anything like that, but just from what I'm seeing on some of these releases, some we're seeing restock constantly, like the Air Jordan 4 White Cement. You know, that was a way bigger release than something like this. So, you know, do your own research. You know, go with your gut on this one. But if I didn't already have them, you know, I'd probably think about buying them right now. But let me know down in the comment section how you feel about the Air Jordan 14 Ferrari. Do you think that this is going to be a 400 plus sneaker? Or do you think that the prices will come down? I want to know your thoughts and opinions down below. As always, guys, thank you so much for your time, your attention, and all the support, man. I love you guys. Stay safe out there, and I'll see you real soon in the next video. I'm out. Peace. For more sneaker content, make sure you hit that subscribe button and you hit that notification bell so you never miss a video.